Live. Hey, good afternoon. We are coming to you live this afternoon on this Wednesday afternoon, talking about Hurricane Ian and its impacts that we're expecting here in Georgetown County. As you can see on the screen, we've got Brandon Ellis. He's the director of Georgetown County Emergency Management. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Good afternoon, Scott. How are you?
Well, thank you for joining us today. And I know you just got off the phone with state officials talking about Hurricane Ian in South Carolina. So what are they telling us?
Here in Georgetown County, we're still preparing for impacts from what is now Hurricane Ian, which we anticipate to be Tropical Storm Ian when it impacts our area, probably beginning late tomorrow afternoon. We'll begin to experience heavy rainfall and the potential for flooding in those low-lying and flood-prone areas starting tomorrow through Saturday. As the heavy rainfall moves through our area, we could see rainfall values in the 6 to 8 inch range in some areas close to the coast, lesser amounts further inland. We're also preparing for the potential for gusty winds up to tropical storm force strength. Some of those gusts may exceed the 45 mile per hour tropical storm threshold. So we're prepared for that. Not the catastrophic winds that they're seeing down in Florida, but definitely some things that if you have outdoor furniture, if you have items outside that could be blown around easily by wind, you may want to secure those over the next 24 hours or so. Also, a big thing that we're monitoring and preparing for is the coastal flood threat that's going to take place during the high tide cycles. The most severe of which will be during the Friday morning high tide cycle. That's the one that's going to be the roughest. It's going to be coupled with the current onshore flow that we're seeing, as well as the impacts coming from hopefully then Tropical Storm Ian. Right now it's Hurricane Ian. So we're hoping that those impacts will be minimal, but we're preparing for those elevated storm surge values. So if you live in those areas that experience typical king tide flooding, you're probably going to experience some things that are on the minor to moderate coastal flood scenario. So when we have those pretty severe king tides, that's kind of the planning baseline that we're using right now for our storm surge inundation that we're expecting. Also, it's a terrible time to get in the ocean as this storm approaches. We're going to have an increased rip current risk and just some turbulent surf. So we're advising everyone to stay out of the ocean until the conditions do improve throughout the area. We also can't rule out an isolated chance of a tornado, since we will be on that right front quadrant side of the storm as it approaches the South Carolina coast after reemerging from Florida. So we can't rule that out Friday during the day all the way through Saturday morning as the system moves through the area.
Now, let me ask you this. Charleston County under a hurricane watch. That means they could possibly see some gusts of 74 miles per hour. I mean, is there a chance that watch could be extended up the coast to our area?
Right now it's unknown. Unlikely. As of now, we are under a tropical storm watch. I'm sorry, a tropical storm warning, which means that those impacts could be tropical storm impacts could be felt here in the next 36 hours, which we're preparing for. I think we'll probably stay in that category based on the fact that the majority of the county has been kind of shifted outside of the cone. But nonetheless, don't focus on the cone. Don't focus on the forecast line. Those impacts are going to expand well beyond that. And the storm actually only stays within that forecast cone about 66% of the time. We're now within the 3-day window and the 3-day cone, and the chances and the predictability of from the Hurricane Center is a lot better within the 3-day window. But there still is a chance that we could see deviations in the track, as well as the impacts that we may feel here in Georgetown County.
And you mentioned the king tide areas. That's where we could possibly see a lot of problems. Any chance of evacuations on Pawleys Island, Litchfield, those areas?
No, we met with our state partners earlier today again. And as of our 12 o'clock noon call with the state, there's no planned evacuations anywhere along the coast of South Carolina at this time. We'll continue to monitor the situation, and we'll advise appropriately. But right now, there are no planned evacuations along the coast.
Now, do you foresee upgrading the OPCON status at your office?
Yes, we do out of precaution plan to increase our OPCON level, our operating condition, which is simply just our readiness level to show muscle movements and our operational posture here at the Emergency Operations Center. We do plan to go from OPCON 3, which we are currently at, which is our normal operations and day-to-day operations, to operating condition 2 sometime probably tomorrow, if not tomorrow, first thing Friday morning, in response to supporting our response operations. We will be mobilizing some resources just in case, along the coastal areas especially, as well as some of our inland areas where we could have some down trees and whatnot. We're not expecting any widespread damage, but we want to be ready from a public safety perspective and ensure that we have the resources in place to take care of our resident population as well as our visiting population.
Now, Horry County has issued a state of emergency. Is that something Georgetown County is looking at?
We're discussing it now with our executive leadership. We have the documentation prepared. It's readily available if we see a need to take that forward to our executive leadership. But right now we have that on the table, but it has not been enacted yet.
All right. Anything else you want to say? What should people be doing today?
Like I said, the wind's going to get up. So we are under that tropical storm warning. So take the time now before the wind starts blowing. Secure those outside valuables that you might have. Anything that's prone to, maybe flying away, whether it's patio furniture, trampolines, things of that nature. Secure those now today. Also, take care of anything out and around your house that they may blow up against it. If you have overhanging limbs and things of that nature, it's probably a good idea to try to take care of those in a safe manner. Also, although we're not expecting widespread power outages, isolated power outages are possible during this event. So, just prepare for that. Still, our three main tenets of emergency management preparedness that we've preached all season long. Have your plan. So have your emergency personal preparedness plan. Inventory your disaster supply kit. Make sure you have those things that you're going to need in case the power does go out for an unexpected long-term period. And then know your zone. We're not doing any evacuations at this time for this event, but it's always a good idea to know your zone as part of your planning process. So heed those 3 tenets and you'll be okay, and you'll be in a good place. And also, we are expecting some street level flooding, like I said, in those flood prone areas, especially along the coastal areas with the coastal inundation. We advise our motorists, our traveling public, to turn around, don't drown, don't drive through flood waters. Even the coastal floodwaters, they can not only cause you to put your life in danger, but it can also injure or damage your vehicle through that saltwater transit. So your life's more important than that. Don't drive through floodwaters. It's just a dangerous combination. Don't get out and play in them either. There's all sorts of nasty things that float around in floodwaters. People see it as, we've got a swimming pool in the front yard because there's a little bit of floodwater, but there's fertilizers, chemicals, sewer components, all these bad things in floodwaters. So just avoid the floodwaters if at all possible.
Well, very good. If it's okay, can we check back in with you tomorrow afternoon?
Absolutely. We'll be here. We'll be monitoring the situation. Check back in. We'll give another update. Also, we would encourage all of our public residents and our visitors, find a reliable source for your information. Whether it's you guys here at Gab News, our other mainstream media partners, Georgetown County government's Facebook page, Georgetown County Emergency Management's Facebook page. Find a reputable source for your information so that you're getting accurate and reputable information all the time.
Well, Mr. Ellis, thank you for the time this afternoon, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone.
Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.